We're going to make a change machine.
Hear that? That's the sound of money. You wanna know what sound of money is? That's it. Ching, 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 ching. Ching, 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 ching.
Now on this change machine, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make an opening big enough for this. So if I want to put that bill breaker in here and a bill validator or two bill breakers, it'll already mount up. That way I don't have to cut this thing apart later. I'm not worried about this being exposed. People can break this all they want. I don't think they'll get far enough in there to do any damage, or to not do damage but necessarily take money. So what we have to do here though is we got to lay out the frame of this thing, the faceplate. And so like if I say that's the bottom and this is the top, I know that when I'm cutting this thing, I cut it 16 inches wide. My opening's 12. I'm going to have a 2-inch overlap or overhang on each side. So I'm going to mark this out for that. Now I'm using a crayon because crayons for me seem to work better when I'm cutting metal. And I'm going to have my 2-inch overlap on the bottom too. And I know it seems extreme to have it so long, but basically I'm going to have my bill validators on top and I'm going to have my coin boxes or my poppers on the bottom. The reason I'm doing that is because I don't have a whole lot of space. So I'm trying to fit this in a really tight area. When I put it in, you'll see what I mean by why I'm doing it this way. I want to be able to open up that door like a closet, and I have my bill validators and my hoppers. And in most change machines, your bill validator is kind of tucked in front of your poppers, which is handy, but I won't have enough room to reach in there to grab the bills. I won't have enough room to dump the coins in. So I think by moving my hoppers down a little bit, I'll still have it to where people can reach and get their quarters without having to kneel over. It'll actually be ADA compliant because people that are shorter will be able to get them. And I'll be able to load it a lot easier and secure it easier. Stuff out so you only cut this once. And we're almost done here. Alright, so now I got my overhangs and I got my bill validator. Falling on my head. I'm going to cinch this up to the top quite a ways, but not completely. I know my hoppers are only going to take up half this space. So we're going to measure this and break it 4 foot. So we're going to give 2 foot for my bill validators, and we're going to give 2 foot for my hoppers, which I know by measuring them, they were only like 18 some inches tall, so I'll have plenty of room. And when you see how I'm going to make a loader for the top of it, I'm going to make a chute for the top of it. It's going to be real simple. See, I got plenty of room here with the 2, but if I had my hoppers here, I mean this change machine would get to be really deep. I don't want it very deep. And I got to leave room for my side panels because that's the opening. That 2 inches in from each side, so that 12 inches is the hole through the wall. So everything's got to fit in there. So I'm going to take it, I'm going to divide this out into 6. Let me get half of this. Get the center of that. Got the center of that. Now I'm going to figure out the widest point in this build validator, which looks like it's the face. And it's about 4 inches wide. Now, I know I'm going to need more room than that, so I am going to say that my opening here is 6 inches. So I'm going to leave an inch on each side. Just broke the crayon. I'm going to leave an inch on each side, and that should be pretty good. So we're going to get that measurement. Now we got the sides. Now we need to know the length of this thing. And we know it's about 9 inches. We want to gain a couple inches. So we want to gain 3-4 inches. So it looks like 13. So it needs to come down from the top 13. Let's chase the ducks. Getting all dirty. So we know that our build validators are going to sit like that. And we'll have plenty of room to get in there. And we know from the face of this thing, it's 6 inches, so it's going to be 2 inches to the outside. Like that. Get your close-up of what this is going to look like. I'm going to try. What do you think of that, huh? A few little hiccups on the top there, but all that can be taken care of with a little welding. And when the stickers go over to cover up most of it. But those will be the build validators. The hoppers will be right in here, and the change will spit out right in here. I cut the whole sheet because there's no sense in cutting off just a little piece and leaving it on the big piece. I'm going to do this tonight. I'm going to measure the hoppers one more time to make sure I got them laid out right. I'm going to finish with the build validator part because I have to weld studs in the back of this plate for these build validators. They have screws that go through them, and that's how it mounts. So I'll have to weld studs here, 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 and here, so this can mount right to it. And I'll do it on both sides. Do one there, and I'll do one right over there. So. put this together real quick so you can see it's stood up. I'm not going to get crazy, but oh, see, they just fit right down over those flags or studs. Let's call them studs. I want you to see what it looks like. There's what it looks like now. This belt validator, I got it cut a little too far. You kind of see through there a little bit. I'm actually going to splice in a piece. This one I cut perfectly fine, but you'll have that. So here will be the belt validators, and then right about down here will be where the money pops out. But that's what this thing is going to look like. About this much of it, that 2-inch will be the overhang, and there'll be a hole through the wall. And on the back side, when I built the doors, when I built the sides that come this, when I built the sides to this in the top, once I get through the block, I'll actually build a plate that can bolt down so they can't pull this through the wall. This won't be actually bolted through the wall, it'll be bolted like a sandwich. It'll be like compressed. But that's it so far. Got both those in there. There's enough room here that I'll be able to pull this out and pull it out. I'm going to open that up.